All right, what's up, guys? So this week we're going to talk about STOR Capital Corporation, and the stock ticker on this one is going to be STOR. So let's talk about the STOR overview here, and this is directly from the company's website. So it says STOR Capital Corporation is an internally managed net lease real estate investment trust, or REIT, that is a leader in the acquisition, investment, and management of single tenant operational real estate, or STOR properties, which is our target market and the inspiration for our name. We are one of the largest and fastest growing net lease REITs and own a large, well diversified portfolio that consists of investments in 2,965 property locations as of March 31st, 2022. Our customers operate across a wide variety of industries within the service, retail, and manufacturing sectors of the U.S. economy, with restaurants, early childhood education, metal fabrication, automotive repair and maintenance facilities, and health clubs representing the top industries in our portfolio. We estimate the market for STOR properties to approximate 3.9 trillion in market value and to include more than 2 million properties. And then down below, they show, a few quick facts here as far as, having 99.5% occupancy. Looks like they have 573 customers throughout 49 states. And then again, 2,965 investment property locations. So again, that's some good numbers there that you like to see when investing in a REIT. All right, so let's go over STOR's portfolio here and kind of the asset class allocation breakdown. So we can see that there's three main sectors that they primarily service. It's going to be the service industry, retail, and manufacturing. And so let's talk about the service first. So those everyday services are going to include restaurants, early childhood education, automotive repair and maintenance, health clubs, pet care, and lumber and construction materials. And so two of the ones that stand out in that section are going to be the automotive repair, because there's such a high need for, people are always going to need oil changes, or they're always going to have their, new tires at some point, or a part's going to break on them and they need to go have it fixed. So there's always going to be a need for that industry. Same with lumber and construction, right? There was a housing boom and, so many houses were being developed and things like that, right? And there was such an increase in lumber price, and there's always going to be a need for that too. And so now as we transition to the retail section, we can see that it's like their lowest amount of allocation, but some of the things that it includes are farm and ranch supply, furniture stores, recreational vehicle dealers, home furnishings, used car dealers, and hunting, fishing, and camping outfitters. And again, two of the things that I really like in the retail section here are going to be the farm and ranch supply. Again, farming is a huge industry. And the other one that I like too is that they invest in used car dealerships and used car dealers. Again, I like this mainly because of the huge boom that we saw in used car prices and the need for, used cars in general went up. It seemed like people were buying more used cars rather than new cars for the past few years here, which is, definitely good for their business. And so lastly, we'll talk about manufacturing, which is roughly about 20% of their portfolio. And so this industry kind of involves for them metal fabrication, food processing, automotive parts and accessories, and plastic and rubber products. And so two of the main things that I like from this section are going to be the automotive parts and accessories, due to the fact that we're trying to increase production for cars and automobiles these days. There's always going to be a need for that. People are always going to have to find and use transportation somehow. And again, food processing too, right? We have to be able to take the food from the farm and be able to, transfer and transform that into food that, we see in the grocery stores. So there's always a need for food processing. And then again, metal fabrication and plastic and rubber, you're always going to see a need for that too, within the market. And then to the right, it's kind of just, again, a more broad breakdown as far as their whole entire portfolio, broken into the blue section being their service, the orange being manufacturing, and then that green color being more of a service-oriented retail section. All right, so let's talk about the dividend history here for STOR. They offer a really good dividend yield of around 5.6%. And last I checked, their stock was trading at $25.52. And again, we can see here that they're going to give out quarterly dividends. And what that means, again, is that they're going to give out dividends 4 times a year. And from 2020, they were giving out around 35 cents a share. But now in 2022, and even late of 2021, around third and fourth quarter, they were giving out, just over 38 cents a share, which again is pretty good value, with an annual dividend being around $1.50. So again, it's something that's pretty fair, and something definitely to think of when investing in this company. All right, so for my final rating here for STOR, I am anywhere between a 7 and an 8 for them. I really like where their portfolio and asset allocation is. I think that they have a lot of diversification within those 3 sectors of, the service, retail, and manufacturing market. And I also like that they offer over a 5.5% dividend yield. I think that's very generous and very intriguing when looking at this stock. And that's again why I'm in between a 7 and an 8 for the STOR Corporation.